Hey, FYI, this was requested by our Patreon. I have no idea why they requested it. Usually they want us to do political videos. They don't usually want us to do these fun videos. I think that this one, however, does gap that bridge. The point is, they wanted it, and so they got early access to it. You could also get early access to videos if you sign up to our Patreon, but because they voted for it, this is what they get. If we run out of other videos, sometimes it's kind of late. Anyway, you know the format. If you don't, too bad. Let's begin. No, but we asked political staffers to send in their stories about working with politicians. So this one could be a very juicy video. However, I'm guessing it won't be, as why would you jeopardize your job just for it? Like, not even a brag. We don't even read out your name. My story concerns a politician I worked for who procured the services of a prostitute. Oh, wow. So I was proven wrong with the first sentence. You're a fucking idiot, aren't you, mate? He met with her at an apartment. Her. Oh, well, that rules out about half the Liberal Party. Don't watch this video for more, but I do like how this entire video is just going to be guess who. Did they ejaculate on office furniture? Do you just mean, are they a man in Parliament? An apartment that he kept for such things and foolishly stiffed her when it came time to pay the bill. Ah, I thought he already stiffed her. And why'd he stiff her on the bill? It's not like he's paying, am I right, folks? Because, you know, that's our money. While he was showering after the act. Very good way of phrasing it. She proceeded to steal his personal credit card from his wallet before going on a bit of a spending spree to teach him a lesson about being a cheap bastard. He demanded I report this to the police. Dude, your life sucks. Who then interviewed him about the whole thing. Had to sit there and listen as he made up some cock and bull story about how he was providing life coaching to the woman. Well, if he didn't wear a condom, that could be half right, as he would have been providing life. As a cover for what really happened, even though the cops clearly knew she was a prostitute. Yeah, that would be the cop equivalent of when you walk up to a nurse in a hospital and say, I like a fell on a dildo. The whole ordeal reminded me of a kid trying to make something up on the spot for a book report when they clearly haven't read the thing. All right, this is an impromptu game that I've just thought of. This is my guess who guess of who that politician is. I think that it is... One day, we got a call from an elderly woman who said, help, a deer came on our property overnight and it strangled itself with our backyard swing set. How? With its little fucking hooves? What? It hanged itself? It's so huge and my husband and I can't move it. It's rotting and smells terrible. That is such an old woman thing to do. Winston, we're out of wheat beaks. Call the MP. No, a letter won't do. I'm hungry now. It's rotting and smells terrible and our grandkids are terrified. We called council in the parks office and they don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, you gotta hand it to oldies. They understand how society actually works. Like, if a deer strangled itself on some piss-weak swing in my backyard, my response would be, should probably DM Joe Rogan, he likes deer meat. And called the minister's office, who told us that there's nothing we can do because it's on private property. I nervously called the woman back expecting to cop abuse, but she said, oh, don't worry, it got up and left. It was a Dear Easter miracle. See, it seems so sus that you would have a deer, like, look at how thick their necks are. I mean, to quote Joe Rogan again, like, you need to be a fucking Bulgarian weightlifter to strangle that shit. I worked as a clerk for an office that had 2 public figures on the Judicial Advisory Board for my state that worked with us. I got assigned as a personal clerk to one of them and was responsible for collecting and organising donations. Found out about 3 months into the job about 70,000 was stolen in the form of fees that I collected on his behalf. Who could that be? The guy I was working with pocketed the fees and the entire thing was discovered. Well, it's always the one you least suspect. I was transferred to a different department. I do like how clerks are basically seen the same as a stapler. Just, it's closed down because of the scandal. Yeah, just move all that shit in there. I'm too scared to ask for my lunch break. The work our company did with his office continued despite the fraud. Another 3 months later, the same figure was caught doing the same thing with another clerk. Did he just think that that was his job? Yeah, so if you ever need me, here's my card. It says you're an embezzler / political hustler. Both of us got reassigned to the insurance department after the investigations concluded. He was a nice guy, all things considered. It's true, isn't it? It seems to be a little quirk of life. The more dodgy you are, the nicer you are. Go figure. I interned for a local politician. A big part of my work is responding to constituent concerns, i.e. dealing with cranks. Oh, so many of them, isn't there? Bored busybodies, yeah, and AstroTurf campaigns. Jesus, that is what local political officers are, aren't they? They're just a glorified kids' helpline. So one week, a big stack of printed out emails lands in front of me. They're all the same exact wording, but they cut off in the middle at exactly the same spot. It's very obvious that this is an AstroTurf campaign about something. Something, eh? We represent the proud union of AstroTurfers United. In recent years, it has become more and more difficult to differentiate us between the political activity of coming up with fake campaigns and us proud AstroTurf installers. But the copy-paste function cut the text of all the emails off before it could explain what it was about beyond the most broad strokes. It had something to do with attitudes towards the police, but we don't know what. The geriatric fucks. It's always old people who are behind these annoying email campaigns. Why are old people so simultaneously active and inactive? They set up the contact your local politician function on their website, which was not search engine optimized, so we couldn't fucking find it either. So good. Organizing has never been easier. Fucked it up. We have to respond though, so I draft the most flowery bullshit I can imagine. I say absolutely nothing, but I take a long ass time to say it. It was honestly a thing of beauty. And it's going born to work in politics, am I right? Am I right? Taking a long time to say nothing. I equivocate, I'm generic, everything. It was the most lavish monument to sanitized fluff in existence. You mean apart from the Oscars? But to do it, I had to research everything about culture wars about the police so I could adequately acknowledge and respond to all the conflicting talking points at once. Dude, you did it. You cracked the code. Fox News can't attack that letter. That's amazing. Because we didn't know which specific talking points we were responding to, if we respond to all the talking points, we'll at some point hit the ones that we're actually supposed to be in the email. I went down so many thin blue line rabbit holes, and I'm an intern, so I'm doing this on my own computer. So now my browser history is fucked, and the algorithm thinks I'm some 65-year-old News Corp zombie. It is a certain type of person, isn't it? And it is pretty sad to think about the fact that you are given a human brain for a very short period of time. One of the Oz Lotto existences that you could possibly have ever in this day and age, and there is a business out there purely to fill that brain with. I don't like Tim Flannery. Why? I don't know. I keep getting ads for retirement plans. Well, you're never too young to start. A conservative knockoff brands that are alternatives to woke corporations. Oh, God. Send them through. I'd love to do a review of that. I now sympathise with evil, jaded politicians in movies. The public should shut up, donate to re-election campaigns, show up to vote, and trust that we're doing our fucking jobs without them breathing down our necks about whatever Murdoch has convinced them to be angry about. I'm only 90% joking about that. Well, mate, I'll go further than that. I'm not even joking about that. They are fucked. I really do think that, you know, you're all screwed. You did it to yourselves. Thank you, bye. It's true, honestly though, the more that I look into the public service, the more that I look into like Parliament and all this stuff, you do just see a bunch of very capable, well-meaning people and then just absolute filth that they have to try and communicate that they're doing these abstract things in these blob chicken McNuggets interests. You've been in for 3 minutes, my life hasn't changed squat, and you're not even addressing the thing that I'm going to be angry about in a week from now, which I don't even know what that is. Let's find out together. I'll tell you what, I honestly thought that was going to be a dud video, but I really enjoyed that a lot. So please, for the love of God, political staffers, jeopardize your employment and all your future chances of employment to give us a laugh. If you have some more comments, please send them through. I would actually like to do a political staffers confess their sins part 2. So, put them in the comments of the Proton email for you guys. Yeah, we don't want to be seeing those ones down there. What we want to be seeing in the comments is suggestions for other industries that we haven't done yet. We'll probably just do McDonald's. Now, as we were saying before, this was a Patreon suggested video. That is just one of the benefits that you get if you sign up to our Patreon. You get to decide the future of this channel. It's a choose your own adventure, and you're the kid in year 4 forced to read it in dear time. And you also get it early. What? What? What?